road into the sky. Never let adventures pass you by. Be free and follow your crazy dreams. We're living our vision in the RV. Come ride with us and you'll be free.
This was our last night in the Minneapolis area before heading to Canada, so we decided to check out the Great Midwest Rib Fest tonight at the Mystic Lake Casino that was also having a free concert featuring The Fray.
Where were you just a little late? You found me, then my steady love, so few come and don't go. Well, you want to be the one I always know.
Now it was time to start a new journey and our first time ever to Canada. Had to stop here at the Apple Store at Mall of America. Neither one of us have been here for probably
oh my gosh,
20 years or so.
Yeah.
Been a long time. I had to get a new cover for my phone, and then we ended up getting an iPad for Michelle so it could help her do some researching and stuff instead of her little phone while we're driving.
We can never leave the Apple Store without buying something. It's like the REI store.
We are heading towards Canada, and we are in the new Grech RV, if you haven't noticed. The lighter color.
Lighter
and
cabinetry. And
a lot of improvements this time that we're really so far happy with. We've only had it for, what, 2 days now? Or two or three? This might be the third day.
No, this is 2 full days.
We're very pleased so far,
Yeah.
but this will give us a little time to give it a little bit more of a feel, and that way we can give you more information on it by the time our next video goes out talking about this newer model. So today you get to view the inside while we take a little cruise. We're trying to figure out where exactly we're going to stop first here.
Lift me up higher above the clouds, won't you, love? When the scenery is right, go right in.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I noticed right away. This thing gets a lot better fuel economy. New driver?
Yeah.
Somebody do me the courtesy, dress me down. I'm not that old yet, I'm far too young to not stand my ground.
Ready for some pie?
I'm always ready for pie.
Bake that pie.
So we're gonna get something to go.
Pull up, hop out, then I bake that pie.
We just want slices.
That's all.
Bake that pie. Pull up, hop out, then I swerve. Bake that pie.
I got my pies, I got my pies.
And I got a gluten-free one.
Coconut cream is good. Still does not beat the one at Sherman's Deli in Palm Springs. It's good. This is supposed to be bumbleberry.
That's enough carbs for me for the day.
Bumbleberry was blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, and I forget the other berry.
Blackberry.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good. Do we say it's pretty good? It's pretty good.
You say bake that pie.
As we were driving along, we found a great place for a short hike. I'm sorry, we're always in a hurry. Here, let me slow this down a bit.
There. As I was saying, this short hike will take us to some beautiful waterfalls called Gooseberry Falls State Park. Gooseberry Falls State Park.
Supposed to have a waterfall or too, or something. I don't know. Can you tell we didn't really do any research?
The north shore of Lake Superior is almost entirely underlain by a series of at least 19 lava flows. The Gooseberry River has cut through the flows from the uppermost layer to the lower falls where it flows into Lake Superior. We stopped in the visitor center to see how long these trails are. There are 3 that we know of for sure. Then it's like a half mile to go to all of them and come back.
Yeah.
And there was a 5th one. Not sure. The 4th one must be a secret, but she said the 5th one is like a mile there, isn't it?
Yeah, a mile to and back each way. Yeah.
And,
So we won't be doing that.
not today. I mean, we normally
We could.
would if we had more
Yeah.
time, but no. We just wanted to make sure we're getting
Yeah.
a few places today.
And the trail that we're going on is paved.
Yeah, all paved.
So here's the
Split.
split. So we're going to do the middle and lower falls first.
We had some signs and all of a sudden we lost them. So we just kept going straight down all these stairs here. So if we're going to the wrong place, then you'll know why. No, we're not. There's the
Oh,
falls. We
I
see
see
one.
it.
Three distinct layers of lava can be seen from the highway bridge. The lower falls were more compact and hard, but the upper flows were vesicular, containing pockets that later filled with various minerals, including those that formed the Lake Superior agates, which can be found along the beach where the river ends in Lake Superior. The Minnesota legislature authorized preservation of the area around Gooseberry Falls in 1933, and the area was officially designated Gooseberry Falls State Park in 1937. Well, that was kind of cool.
It's definitely worth a stop because it's right off the highway and you don't have to walk very far to view them.
No, not at all.
There are stairs involved. So even though it's a paved path, there's stairs.
Let's get this air conditioning going.
Okay.
As we make our way up the Voyager Highway, also known as Highway 61, we enjoy the beautiful views as we get closer to the Canadian border.
The area is a little sparse as far as places to stay overnight or get fuel, so we planned ahead and called the Grand Portage Casino to make sure they allowed overnight stays because it's only about 7 miles from the Canadian border. We stopped in Grand Portage, Minnesota last night, right before the border of Canada. We stayed at a casino, Grand Portage Lodge and Casino. Beautiful view back there. Smaller casino, but allows RV parking. They have a RV park way over there. And then they allow overnight for free over here. So yes, we are going to Canada. It's going to be our first time we've ever been to Canada. And we're a little nervous, but we're gonna do it.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak. But I know you're stronger.
We're on our way to Canada. First, we're gonna stop at a fuel station here, get some cash, get some currency exchange. The food in here was just, it was okay. It was average. You don't have any other choices around here unless you go to Grand Marais.
Service is very slow, but I don't, you know,
We're talking tortoise.
They might have staffing issues. We don't know.
And a dang fly, I think, followed me out of that restaurant. Buzz off!
Pretty much anywhere in Canada, in case you do take a trip to Canada, they take Visa and MasterCard pretty much everywhere. Almost everywhere you're going to be okay. American Express, now that's a different story. A lot of places don't take American Express. Like the KOA, they don't.
And the Discover card, I think, was a little iffy too.
Yeah, and the Discover card's a little iffy also. But you do need currency for like laundry. Can't use, you know, the American dollar there. So you're going to need the Canadian dollar for laundry. Even at the KOA, we asked. And so they don't accept credit cards at some of these, you know, laundry facilities. Oh, and one other thing. We've had our Starlink set on pause for quite a while because the service that we have, it allows us to put it on pause so we're not paying a monthly fee, because we already are paying for like our AT&T or, you know, our T-Mobile. We don't see any reason to, you know, activate the Starlink to have it running and paying another $150 a month just to have that when our internet has been good enough to use. It's been plenty fast enough for both of us to work on. When we go to Canada, we're not going to have the AT&T on our Netgear Nighthawk, and not the T-Mobile. We activated our Visible, which is Verizon service, and we went to the Visible Plus plan, which is another $10 extra a month. We're paying only $25 plus the $10, so we're getting a $35 deal for Visible Plus right now.
For phone.
And that's for the phone, and for both of our phones. That way we have data, text, and, you know, calls, everything on that.
But I mean, that's $35 per phone. So your phone, my
right,
phone.
per phone. It's flat fee. And the data, when you're in Canada, you can already make, on the basic Visible plan, you can make calls to Mexico and Canada for free. But when you're in those countries, you need the Visible Plus plan in order to use them there while you're in those countries. And the data is limited to like 0.5 gigabytes that you can use before they drop the speeds. And after that, they drop the speeds down to 2 gigabytes, which is still a lot faster than some companies. Some companies, once you use their data, your allotted amount for the month, then you're dropped down to where it's not even usable for internet. It's just basically text and simple things is all you're able to use it for. But while we're in the States, we're unlimited. So, but again, that's just when we're in Canada. Sorry to ramble on about that, but just wanted you to know, because it's useful information. All right, we're going to get going now, aren't we?
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add?
I'm ready to go.
And I know it's hard. Yeah, I know it's rough, but we'll make it through. And I'll back
right before the border, there's this other store called Ryden's, R-Y-D-E-N apostrophe S. I'm ready to go, eh? You?
Yeah.
Let's go, eh?
Whatever the mountain, we'll climb to the next. Honey, I'm with you through life and to death. You tell me you're nervous. You say you're afraid. I wish you could see that. I think you're brave.
All right, here we are. To be totally honest, we're both a little nervous. Never been across the border. We've heard horror stories about people. What?
We have?
About people having troubles getting across? I thought that's why you were so nervous.
It's another country. I'm just nervous, yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, eh?
Stop here until lane is clear. Woojie woojie bajay badoo. Just a minute, please. I forgot I turned that on. Oh, multitasking when you're driving is...
And we're in.
You want to go to the information center at all?
Oh, sure,
Oh,
maybe.
Jeez, why'd I ask? Well, that was pretty simple, really.
was.
The guy was very nice.
Very pleasant.
Just asked a bunch of questions, you know,
Yeah.
like firearms, do you have any alcohol?
How long we plan to be there, what we're like, where we're going, I guess you would say, and so.
Yeah.
And really, that's about it.
Didn't ask if we were working or anything like that.
Oh, I think you can just park.
But
along here.
it was pretty simple.
Yeah.
The alcohol thing, we had a little bit in the bottle and
He just asked.
didn't want to lie, and I said, yeah.
He just said, "Are they just partial bottles?" And like, yeah. We don't.
So apparently he didn't say any more about that, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that was even a question. Maybe
Yeah.
he didn't seem concerned.
Yeah.
It's our honest faces. We just sip once a year.
Walk me in the morning sun. Tell me I'm a lucky one. I'm riding on the wave of a notion that I could be brave. Is there anything good on the radio? Turn it up loud and let me know how it used to be before anyone heard of you and me.
Our first destination in Canada takes us to Fort William Historical Park in Thunder Bay, Ontario for some history.
In case we missed the sign at the beginning, you want to tell everybody where we're at?
We're at Fort William Historical Park.
That's our event list.
Okay.
So to get down just like
Looks
It's
big.
big. Obviously, we didn't know what we were getting into, but they close at 5 and it's 3:30. So.
This park features one of North America's largest living history sites. After the American Revolutionary War, Britain finally ceded the area to the United States under the Jay Treaty of 1796 to settle the northern border.
So these furs are probably just being hung out to dry before they go trade them with company. And obviously beaver, this fur here is our most important fur, so about half of what the company brings in, not just from this group, but from half of everything that they bring in is beaver.
Okay.
And then there's a variety of others as well.
British Canadian fur traders wanted to create a new center of operations to avoid U.S. taxes, and so the trading post was moved north to what became Fort William on the Canadian side of the border. Northwest Company was a fur trading business headquartered in Montreal from 1779 to 1821 that had a major depot at Grand Portage to the west of Fort William. Fort William became the inland headquarters of the Northwest Company, the world's largest fur trading enterprise. Fort William was a place where cultures meet and relationships are forged between indigenous peoples and non-indigenous newcomers.
Each summer, French-Canadian voyageurs, Scottish businessmen, indigenous peoples, and others from around the world gather at Fort William for the Great Rendezvous to discuss business, share news, and renew friendships. And the gal at the very beginning was telling us that when the people would come here, they would stay for about 2 weeks and then they would go back to where they came from. But this Great Rendezvous would be for the whole summer because it took some people longer to get there than, others. Pretty much went on through the whole month of July.
Fort William stands on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the indigenous people who have lived in harmony with the land for generations and whose traditions, technologies, and customs reflect the relationships with the forests, rivers, and animals around them.
See, I'm the only doctor in the entire Northwest Company, and there are over 1,000 people coming through here for the rendezvous. So I don't really get a moment of rest while I'm here.
If you do have a headache, there is also bloodletting supplies over there, so that is supposed to help quite a bit.
I'll pass on that.
Get rid of the bad blood in your head.
Oh.
The Anishinaabe share their invaluable knowledge and skills with their European partners and trade furs for European goods.
Trading for furs in the interior. So they're a 58 caliber barrel. They shoot between a 50 to 56 caliber ball.
Each summer, French-Canadian voyageurs, Scottish businessmen, indigenous peoples, and others from around the world gather at Fort William for the Great Rendezvous to discuss business, share news, and renew friendships.
Chapelet,
very impressed with this whole setup, like the whole reenactment of everything and the way the buildings were laid out. I mean, I'm impressed. Definitely worth it.
They are all replicas, because this isn't the original site that it was built on.
Okay.
So the original site would have been further up the river, closer to, if not on, Lake Superior. Because when they were doing digs around there, they found the remains of the old fort.
Okay.
And so they were able to document it and faithfully recreate it here, at least the building layout and what would have been there. Especially once they started finding records of what buildings were.
It was getting late and we still needed to check in at the Thunder Bay KOA, so we stopped downtown first for dinner at a recommended restaurant called Bite Restaurant. The atmosphere and cleanliness of the restaurant was top-notch, and the food was very good for about average pricing.
Even your salad looks good.
That's my burger. Now, it's time to call it a day.
Because we have been working hard right from the very start. Now we get this far, but now it's time for us to stay out until it's late. We've come a long, long way, so we deserve it, mate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click that little bell, and hit that thumbs up.
Call it a day.
See you next week.